Hello, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Maria. I have been recognizing a lot of patterns in my life lately and in the collective, in society, in life. And I feel really called to share. So this might be a little bit more of a niche message, but I do believe that it has a purpose and I want to share it with you. So what I'm seeing or what I'm recognizing and feeling a lot is that there's these patterns from like 2019 and like early, I wrote it down. One sec. Like early 2022 seem to be coming up a lot lately. And I'm experiencing it energetically, like in my body. I'm feeling it really deeply. Um, like emotionally, but also I'm recognizing a lot of similar circumstances in my like actual life. And it's not the exact same. It's different like people or different choices or different same pattern but different or same cycle but different patterns. Same situations but different players or outcomes or whatever that may be. I also think that, we're seeing the rise of this virus that people are talking a lot about. Um, what I'm understanding though is like at least for me, it almost feels like these two periods of time are kind of laid on top of one another and we're kind of recycling through this like process, but this time with more consciousness, this time more open to truth, this time more like, okay, we actually know, or I actually know, or you actually know what to do this time, what's needed this time, and you're actually letting it soak in so that the outcome can be different, so that it can be felt almost. I feel very deeply that if we can, if you can, if I can really take care of ourselves and understand like what is our truth? Are we being honest with ourselves? What do we really want? What are we looking for? What decisions are we making? There's going to be this element of like really secure self love, self accountability, which allows us to really see the truth of our physical life and really see the truth of what's coming forth for us so that we can move in alignment with that. But the key to that is that we have to be able to be willing to look at ourselves and we have to be willing to take accountability for the things that we might not actually be fully seeing because we don't know if we're ready to see it, or we don't know if we want to see it. We don't know if we want to acknowledge it. But the reality here is that if you feel like there is something that you're not clear about within yourself, that you don't know, that you need to um, ask where like your body, like, what is this? Or ask yourself to be more honest with yourself, or ask God, or ask someone else. You have to be willing to ask the questions in order to investigate parts of yourself that you might not actually be sitting with or that may feel confusing. And I don't know, that might be a really specific message, but I can relate to that. I've been asking myself a lot of questions about what it is that I'm feeling, what it is that I'm looking for, what it is my truth is, and how to act on that, how to make sure that I'm safe in myself and secure in myself so that I can show up more authentically. And coming back to like the cycles kind of repeating, this is a version of yourself that you haven't been before. This is a version of yourself that you haven't experienced before. It feels a lot more grounded. I feel like you went through a lot of mental, or we all have, I have. Uh, when I say like you, I guess I may mean we or myself. But when I say that, I mean like there's been a lot of mental recalibration over like the past like 6 years. Um, and there was certain things that did have to happen in order for us to be here. We had to go through certain things. We have to be able to forgive the reality that we've lived so that we can show up now. We have to understand that there was a lot of things that got us to this point. And what are we going to do now? What are we going to do with the information that we have about ourselves, with the love that we carry, with the nature of what we're here to give? What are we going to do with it? But the the thing about this idea is it's not about going out and like being the warrior of the world or grinding or pushing or really being in like a state of needing to control or fix or yeah, we don't need to be really abrupt. It's more about, okay, like what feels authentic and what kind of, well, how do we want to be spending our time? How do we want to be spending our time? And how can we show up more lovingly for ourselves that we can also contribute to our relationships, to our lives, to the people that we meet, to the communities that we're in, and with a bit more truth. I just feel like we just have to remember that we haven't been this version before. So we have to be really compassionate with ourselves in the sense of like, we might not do everything perfectly. And we have to hold space for forgiveness. We have to be able to be willing to understand that like life has happened and understanding that and welcoming in this new like grounded sense of self. I don't know how else to explain it other than that. There's just this really strong balancing happening between past version of yourself, future version of yourself, past version of your life, future version of your life. It's like coming together now. Not it's not gonna happen like overnight, but it's happening. And you might be witnessing that. And we're seeing that also collectively, socially, like there's this push and pull that's kind of happening. But all of this to say, let's rounding this out is that the greatest gift that you can give right now is understanding where your truth is coming from. Where is it being birthed from? Is it being birthed from a place of authenticity, of fear? And if it's fear, are you able to understand what lens of fear that's coming from, what mental story that's coming from? And then also, if it's coming from a place of love and you're scared or nervous about sharing it, can you do it anyway? Can you push yourself into trusting yourself, trusting this new version of yourself to be able to show up and trust that you'll be there to secure yourself? That at the end of the day, you're honest with yourself, your true authenticity is more important to you than any rejection or any sense of judgment that may come after. It's about you, and it's about how you're going to move through life and how you want to show up in life, what gifts you're willing to finally admit that you have, or what love you're finally admitting that you have, and trusting. That's it. That's all I got. I am sending you so much love. If you find yourself in the position of wanting to better understand that, better wanting to connect with yourself, or wanting to maybe see what you might be missing, then definitely reach out. I do offer one-on-one sessions where we go through things like that. You can find the link down in my description. I'd be more than happy to sit with you and talk about the things that you're experiencing and kind of uncover the layers of the things that may not be fully revealing themselves, or just places that you might want to redirect your energy so that you can be more aligned to where you're going and where you want to be. So you can also follow that link below. Otherwise, please leave a thumbs up and a comment below so that we can push this video outwards. I am sending so much love, and I will talk to you soon.